Good morning, one and all. This is Satvik Reddy Tengirala. Today, now I will discuss about the project presentation of the applied data mining analysis of big data. And my professional name is Kaldum Do. The title of the project is The Impact of Funding on the Success of Indian Businesses, a merger analysis of the Indian stock market and startup funding datasets. Nowadays, the most people are discussing about the some startup companies or some stock market related to this type of. First, we have to talk about the Indian startup funding dataset. In India, actually, Indian startup funding refers to the money invested in new and emerging businesses in India. It's crucial aspect for the startup ecosystem in India as it provides the necessary capital for these businesses to grow and expand. Startup funding can come from various sources such as venture capitalists, angel investors, crowdfunding, and government schemes. In the recent years, India has emerged as one of the leading startup hubs in the world, with a growing number of startups in sectors like e-commerce, information technology, healthcare, and fintech. The Indian government has also introduced various initiatives to promote and support the growth of startups, such as the Startup India program, which offers tax benefits, funding opportunities, and other incentives, etc. In this presentation, I will discuss the introduction. This dataset offers in-depth information about Indian startup funding data on numerous startups that received funding between January 2015 and August 2020 is included. And the mainly we will discuss about the description of the dataset. In this description of the dataset, mainly we have to discuss about the how the data is and where the data is from, and the investor environment within the India startup ecosystem can all be examined with the help of this data. It is especially helpful for finding the major stakeholders, researching investing trends, and figuring out the complex nature of India startup sector. And now I will discuss about the Nifty 50 stock market data 2002 to 2002 to 2021 dataset. In this Nifty means National Stock Exchange data is the benchmark stock market index of India that represents the top 50 companies listed on the National Stock Exchange (NSE), and it is managed and owned by India Index Services and Products (IISL), a subsidiary of NSE. And mon- this also offers 50 actively traded stock from different sectors such as finance, technology, energy, healthcare, consumer goods, etc. It all includes companies like Reliance Industries, HDFC Bank, Infosys, Tata Motors, etc. And this have trading hours in India NSE National Stock Exchange from Monday to Friday, except on holidays declared by the exchange. It has pre-opening and closing sessions along with the regular trading hours from 9:15 to 3:30 p.m. In this, the in this dataset includes a 50 historical information on the Nifty 50 index, which is the weighted average of the top Indian companies listed on the national stock exchanges. The description of the dataset comprises comprehensive stock marketing from 2000 to 2021. It offers information on the daily market, including volume, turnover, closing price, high and low prices, and opening prices. The dataset also contains additional important financial measures. This dataset is especially useful for financial analysis, understanding the economic parameters that impact the Indian stock market, historical trend analysis, and stock market prediction models. In this dataset, we find the top three sectors attracting the most funding. Consumer internet with a 6.25 billion. Yeah, for the consumer internet, the examples for these are online shopping platforms such as Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, and Jabong, social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and some entertainment streaming services like Netflix, Hotstar, and Amazon Prime Video. These are all comes under the consumer internet. And the second sector with attracting the most funding is e-commerce with $5 billion. Like e-commerce means like groceries, Big Basket or GeoMart, or some Ola or Uber, some ride handling and food delivery platforms such DoorDash, Swiggy, Zomato, Uber Eats, etc. etc. And the third sector attracting the most funding is transportation with $3.92 billion. And the examples for the transportation is metro rail services. And metro rail services majorly in India are Delhi, Mumbai, and Kolkata. Intercity buses like Red Bus, Make My Trip, and Go Bigo. and bike rental services, Ogo, Rapido, and fast mile connectivity in cities. And we will discuss about the key investors in like Indian Angel Network, Ratan Tata, and Kalari Capital. And types of investments are private equity, seed funding, debt funding, and angel funding. And we have to find I find the correlation analysis between the stock market performance and startup funding in the period of 22 2020 to 2021 by following this step. First, I collect the data from the stock market and startup funding with the help of the Kaggle, and I use the time frame for 2020 to 2021 in this time only. And I use the tools Python, which is the most useful and powerful tool in nowadays, and also libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib library. And the results are the correlation coefficients between the average closing price of the stock market and the tool startup funding for the period 2022 suggesting is a weak relationship because factors like COVID-19 pandemic, policy changes, etc. There is a different factors like COVID pandemic or policy changes or etc will be impact on the weak relationship. And we have to some more fine analysis on the dataset like the impact of investment on company success. The analysis can reveal whether a significant amount of funding increases a company's chances of success and whether there are any common patterns or trends among the kinds of organizations that get funding. And the second analysis is the relationship between funding and stock market performance. By combining these two, we may look into whether companies that have highest stock market performance also tend to attract more funding as well as the relationship between the two. And the third one is investment opportunities for investors. This research can assist investors in choosing wisely where to put their money. The study can help investors find possible investment possibilities by revealing the kinds of companies that have a higher chance of being successful and attracting capital. And references I used are startup funding dataset from the Kaggle and Nifty 50 stock market data from the Kaggle. Thank you.